Have you ever thought that maybe, just maybe, the secret to incredible hair is already hiding in your kitchen? Well, today we're going to dive into some surprisingly simple, totally natural ways to get your hair back on track. We're talking about ingredients you can find anywhere and routines you can start like tonight.
So let's start with a moment I'm pretty sure we've all had. You wake up, glance at your pillow, or maybe you're cleaning out the shower drain, and you just think, whoa, that is a lot of hair. It's a super common feeling, but yeah, it can definitely be a little unsettling. But hey, before you panic, let's get some perspective on this. Losing up to 100 hairs a day is actually completely normal for most adults. Seriously, it's just part of your hair's natural cycle, out with the old, in with the new. Okay, so while a little bit of daily shedding is totally fine, losing more than that is a different story. And it's not just about how we look, right? It can really mess with our confidence and just our overall well-being. So let's take a quick look at some of the usual suspects.
Yeah, as you can see, the list is pretty long. It could be anything from a stressful job to your family genetics, or even just using the wrong shampoo. The first step, really, is just figuring out what might be triggering it for you personally.
But here's the good news. There are some seriously powerful and natural things you can do to get your hair healthy again. We're going to walk through 10 awesome tips, and we've broken them down into 3 main groups to make it all super easy to remember.
First up, we're heading straight to the kitchen. And trust me, you are going to be surprised by what's hiding in your pantry that can give your hair a major boost.
Okay, onion juice. I know, it sounds a little weird, but hear me out. It's loaded with sulfur, and sulfur is literally a building block of keratin, the protein your hair is made of. It helps make those follicles strong. Yeah, it has a potent smell, but just 1 hour, once a week can make a huge difference. Just make sure you wash it out really well. Next up, eggs. They are an absolute powerhouse of protein and minerals, which is exactly what your hair needs to be strong and healthy. A super simple mask with a whisked egg and some olive oil, left on for about 20 minutes, can seriously strengthen your hair and give it some amazing volume. And this is a huge pro tip. When you go to rinse that egg mask out, please use cool water, because if that water is too hot, you will literally have scrambled eggs cooked into your hair. And trust me, that is not a smell or a mess you want to deal with. And our last kitchen wonder is garlic. It's packed with vitamins that are fantastic for your hair. The easy, no-fuss way to do this is to just rub a cut clove right onto the spots you're worried about. But, and this is super important, do a little patch test on your skin first. Raw garlic is strong, and you want to make sure it doesn't cause any irritation. Alright, so now that we're done raiding the kitchen, let's move on to some really soothing treatments that are all about conditioning and healing your scalp.
We've all heard about coconut oil for hair, right? And don't get me wrong, it's good stuff. But have you ever tried coconut milk? It's like coconut oil's supercharged cousin, and it's even better for getting your hair to grow. Let me show you why.
So, coconut milk is absolutely packed with vitamins like niacin and folate. What do? Well, they help get the blood flowing in your scalp, and better circulation means more nutrients are getting delivered right where they need to go, to your hair follicles. A weekly massage with some warm coconut milk, it's a total game changer.
Aloe vera. A total classic, and for good reason. We all know it's amazing for our skin, but it's just as good for our hair. It has these cool enzymes that basically do a gentle cleanup on your scalp, getting rid of dead skin cells that might be clogging your follicles. Just applying the fresh gel is easy, and honestly, it feels so good and cooling on your scalp. Now, you might not be familiar with Amla, or Indian gooseberry, but it's a remedy that's been trusted for centuries. It's full of fatty acids that help make your hair follicles stronger from the inside out. If you give it a try, just make sure you get 100% pure Amla oil. Warm it up a bit and apply it to your scalp a couple of times a week. Okay, we've talked about treatments you can put on your hair. Now let's talk about some simple daily habits. These are things you can weave into your everyday life that can make a huge difference in the long run. This one is so important. When you're super stressed, your body can actually tell your hair follicles to just take a break. It pushes them into a resting phase, which can lead to a lot more shedding a few months later. That's why even simple things like meditation or just taking 5 deep breaths during your day can directly help your hair. And here's a routine that feels amazing, and it actually works: a scalp massage. It's not just a nice way to unwind, it literally stimulates blood flow to your scalp, which, as we know, is absolutely key for healthy growth. In fact, there was a study that found that just 4 minutes of scalp massage every day can seriously kickstart the hair growth cycle. 4 minutes!
That's less time than it takes to brew a cup of coffee. It's such a small thing to do, but it can have such a big impact.
So we've gone over a lot of stuff, from onion juice to daily habits. But here's the thing, you don't have to do everything all at once. The real secret is just finding one small thing you can start with.
So just think for a second, out of everything we talked about, what's one little change that feels totally doable for you right now? Is it that 4-minute scalp massage, a weekly egg mask, or maybe just remembering to take a few deep breaths? What's your easy first step?
Because that's what it all comes down to. This isn't about some miracle cure, it's about consistency. Healthy hair really does begin with just a single consistent step. So pick your one thing, stick with it, and you will be on your way to much healthier, happier hair. Thanks for joining me today.